All right, so we're in studio, obviously, with a fun group, right? If I would call them a fun, fearless females in studio today. I'm talking about the likes of Maria Nyamai-Mbugua, who's a member, Career Day Strategic Team member from Kenya High School. Louise Nyamu-Steinbeck, by the way, who's also a member of the Alumnae Association of Kenya. I hope I said it right. I got it right. And now welcoming, by the way, the star of the show, Miss Flora Mulatya. She is the principal of Kenya High School here with us as we talk about mentoring the girl child. So I was saying fun, fearless females. That's what I wanted to say. Fun, fearless females in studio with me today. Thank you so much, obviously, for sticking with us as we discuss the importance of mentoring the girl child. Not to be left out, by the way, gentlemen, in this particular conversation. What more can we also learn that can be, you know, a crossover type of discussion, even for the boy child and the institutions that care for them and are nurturing them and teaching them, okay? And so we're happy to hear that even the likes of this team from the alumni of Kenya High School are also partnering up with their male counterparts from other institutions. We're talking about the likes of Starehe Boys, Alliance High School. And so give us also your thoughts, what you wish was actually happening when your days were there in high school. What did you want to see more of, and what can you contribute, by the way, as an old boy or as an old girl to the institution that you are part of. We're asking in terms of the girl child, do you think that today's young girls are influenced more by their role models or societal pressure? And Miss Flora, rather, Miss Flora, can I please ask you, or start with you on this particular point, whereby we're asking what really is driving that young girl, okay? You see it firsthand. What are the challenges that they're facing?
Thank you so much, and thank you for the invitation, and to our lovely girls who have organized for this show and for the Career Day to mentor their own, to tell them this is where we went to school, we want to walk with you, we want to show you the way, and we really, really want to say thank you and to the K24 studio. As you've asked me, the young girls are in stage of, they want to go any direction that according to them is going to lead them to success. In the process of choosing the way to go, they get somehow confused. And the questions that we keep on answering each and every morning is, which is the right way? And you find them switching from this career to this other career to this. And so that kind of the path, the straight path that which will lead them to their career goals leads to kind of confusion. And I think, though not in many, like in my school, as I've told you, I love girls. I love seeing success in my girls. And therefore, as teachers, we work together to see them through, to guide them each morning and each day. But you find this kind of confusion of, I have seen this one, she looks successful. I've seen this person, I think this can fit me, wanting to be. Sometimes it can lead to mental health because they end up getting stressed or even wanting to achieve more than, and they keep on, most of the times they end up giving up because until they do the KCSE, that's the time they see the light. But as they are in school every day and with strong competition, and especially the Kenya High School girls, there is a very high competition, and they will tell you that you can't keep a position. So every time they try and it's like things are not working out, then they start letting it go. And they are like, Mwalimu, is this the right way to go? Mwalimu, I think I'm not doing it right, which is the right way. And I want to thank the girls of the Kenya High School, because with the Career Day, they've always walked with them. They've always been by their side. They've always, every year, apart from the break that we got because of COVID, they've been there and bringing them people, professionals who can speak to them and give them diversity of different careers that they can take, different paths that can help them in the future.
Okay.
So that is the joy of our school. And definitely because of what they are doing, that's why Kenya High is in the top and consistently in the top.
And by the way, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It's not a small feat to get Kenya High School to the standards and the heights that it has reached. So, you know, we want to congratulate you because Kenya High continues to be, you know, soaring and going to greater heights.
Thank you.
So as obviously a leader, you know, a key stakeholder in this particular institution, congratulations, okay?
Thank you.
And apologies, I said miss, it's Mrs. But don't blame me, blame them because they say they are girls. They say that
we call ourselves girls.
They said, no, we call ourselves girls.
I am also a girl.
Okay, but listen to this. What I'm actually gathering from Princey here, because that's what we call them as girls, right? Princey, is that there's that need, if you think about it, okay, Maria and Louise, for a program to actually be set up. It almost sounds like, what were we doing back in the day? It's like we just winged it.
Yeah.
How did you get to where you are? But right now there's information overload. Kids are confused today.
True.
So what do you think needs to be done? How do we get there whereby a student can just feel, I need someone to talk to, and I know Marie is there or Louise is there, she's just in the next block? How do we start that?
I would say, okay, so from my point of view, in terms of access to support and to knowledge for the girls, what the school has, and counseling, what the school has is a proper career department that is actually run for now by Ms. Rose Mwenda, who's retiring, and someone else new is taking over. So there's actually a setup in place at the Kenya High School for access to information. And then what we do as the old girls is that our numbers, our mentors' numbers, we make our phone numbers available. So when the girls are at home, they're able to call one of us. They met someone at the session, the one-on-one sessions we have during the career day, and they're able to call up the number and say, can I come and see what you do? And we actually give them access to come and see what they do. I think the other thing I'd just like to emphasize is that we cannot be fixed. We spoke a little bit about flexibility. And even for us as professionals, nowadays we have to be very flexible. You have to be agile, adjust. So if I try this and I see I'm not interested, there should be no pressure on the girl to feel like you must stick there. There's other opportunities, and that's what we're trying to do. Just broaden them to understand, if I'm not doing well in sciences, maybe this is not my thing. Maybe I need to look outside and maybe. And
it doesn't mean I'm a failure.
No, it really doesn't. And having that option available that we did not have, because if you went home and told my mother I did not pass biology, life changes. You know, it ends. It can even end. You know,
it can even end. I like that.
It can even end. You know, because that was our time. But today, I don't have to do well in biology. It would be great if I could do well in biology. But if I don't do well in biology,
I mean,
maybe there's something else I can do. Maybe I can code. And maybe I'm excellent at coding, and I'll make a lot of money from coding. You know, so just having them, reducing the pressure that's leading to the mental stress and mental health issues, is that you don't have to do what has been put in front of you. You can look at it, try it. If you don't like it, move on. Do something else.
Iko na kizungu poa. Watuanga hii kizungu wapi? Waliitoa wapi? Louise, let me ask you a question, because you look like the creative here, clearly.
For sure.
You're the creative, but let's move away from careers. I think there's this importance that also needs to be highlighted, of making someone, or at least bringing out a holistic individual. It's not just careers that's bothering a teenage girl, correct? There's boys, there's fitting in, there's the usual things that you go through that particular stage. Let's talk a little bit about that and what we can do. Reproductive issues, right?
Okay, no.
Say something outside careers.
That biology thing, I'm with you. Okay. we were together.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, before I go there, I have to say something, respond to something Mrs. Mulatya said.
Yeah.
She talked about the confusion of girls. There was once we did a mentorship talk in 2017, I think the class of 91. We just went and, we were given the space by the school to just talk to the girls. And one of the questions that kept coming up, which irked us so much, was, how do I get to be an influencer?
Oh.
We're talking about a Kenya high school student.
Yeah.
Not Kenya high school.
Wow.
So what we need to tell the girls, first of all, is even if you see an influencer, nothing wrong with striving to be an influencer. But do you know how much it has taken to create that brand of that influencer before she or he has reached that top? There's been a lot. You don't just wake up one morning and you're an
influencer.
And by the way, can you have something to influence? Let's start there. Yeah? What are you influencing? So there's a lot of confusion. Beyond that is now what you said. Reproductive rights. Hormones. Hormones.
Right.
Boys. Hormones. Boys. Okay. Being a boarding school, a girls' boarding school, it's not co-ed, so, that is able to be controlled a bit within the school. But even so, the faculty of the school is very aware that what these girls are going through. They're very aware. And they also integrate that within their classes. Yeah. There is a school counselor, one of the faculty, Mrs. Mulatya can expand on that, who is available for that. We also have within the alumni a section who are available, who have devoted their time to be able to do mental health counseling. I think we've done a few in the school already. Because they're out there, we have professionals who can do that.
Okay.
So I'd also appeal to all these alumni and alumni associations, all boys, all girls, create that space in conjunction with your schools to be able to have different talks on mental health and how to deal with mental health in school, because there are many children who come pregnant to school. The school has to deal with it.
Yeah.
On their own budget.
And you cannot reject,
And you can't reject the child. What are you going to do? You have to be able to take this child through these things. And we shouldn't forget a pregnancy is caused by somebody else also. It's not just
the girl. Yeah.
So where are these people?
Okay. And if you will, Princey, because we only have a couple of more minutes to go, what would you say in your one-liner is causing all the unrest that we're seeing in schools today? And how have you managed to emerge from that and, sort of mitigate the challenges between the teachers and the students? From your counterparts, I'm not saying blame them as such, or point fingers, but you can, you can see what your colleagues are facing in different parts of the country. You can imagine being in that position of principal in that school that was burnt down, that was riots, that was this. What do you think is contributing, and where do you think the gaps are?
When it comes to student unrest, that's something you wouldn't want even to think of, dream of. But mostly it's about peer pressure, wanting to be, coping. With this youth, the youth today, they just want to be. Some of them feel like if we are not doing it, we are cowards. So they've done it, we have to do it. And therefore, what we usually do and what most of the schools are doing, and I want to speak from Kenya High School, and before I say that, you've asked about their English. Remember, this Kenya High School was a European girls' school. And the tradition that they keep on holding, that's why you see that kind of, the French in English. Now, about the girls and how we keep them close, as I've told you, personally, I love girls. The Kenya High School, it's like a family. The odd system of where you see a principal, a teacher, and you run away, you lose it. So you have to bring them close to you. Personally, where I am in the school, the Kenya High School, we have families. Every teacher is allocated students. We have Kenya High School as a counselor employed by the board. And beside that, we've encouraged our girls to be open. And I can tell you, and you've heard from them, you can't silence a Kenya High School girl. So she will engage you. She'll engage you. If it's an issue, she'll not have to go around or slip notes on what. She'll just face you, Mwalimu, why is this? and you have to give an answer, because you not live there until you give her the right answer, not an answer, but the right convincing answer.
Okay.
So we've brought them close. We have families. Our teachers love our girls so much.
Right.
They are so committed. We have matrons who take care of them in the hostels. And beside that, for me as a principal, I'm not a principal. They refer to me as a mother. And because even when I'm talking, a student coming in, she doesn't sit in front of my table. I have a chair next to me that we have to sit there, talk, discuss.
Right.
If it's issue about the teenage, issue about demonial growth, anything, they will tell me, we will talk, and they find a lot of warmth in us.
And that's ideally what every school should apply.
Yes.
Keep them close.
Keep them close. Listen to them.
Listen to them.
Don't ignore them.
Yeah.
And sometimes we use, okay, it's part of the policy of the suggestion box. But try to get that box, that writing, it's rather you have one-on-one with them. Allow them to speak to you.
Okay.
Allow them, whether it's you have to say sorry on an issue or to correct on an issue that is not going right. It's better you talk to them and you solve the issue one-on-one.
Okay.
I discourage my girls from writing notes. Actually, they don't. And if I'm busy, like now I'm in studio, if there's a student who wants to talk to me, there's a book that they write. And I have to see them before I go to bed.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of like they can book an appointment.
Yeah, I have to see them. I have to see my
That's
girls,
great.
and I love them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Princey, allow me to just allow our alumni here to just give us a brief on what's coming up in terms of your career day. Let me give you that opportunity so that we can say goodbye. So maybe Maria, you can tackle that, and then we can say Kwaheri, and you can give your message.
Yeah, you have a message.
Yeah.
So this year's career day is actually on Saturday. So this Saturday, we begin in the morning at about 8:15 with our plenary session, as well as the panel discussion. So this is where the girls are together in a group, and there's speakers and presenters, and they're able to ask questions. But the most important session for us is in the afternoon, where we have what we call our mentorship sessions, and we have 16 clusters where the girls can now move in smaller groups from a cluster to another and just speak and ask direct questions. Especially for what we are trying to encourage them to do is to go where you're interested, where you think you have some passion for, and just go and ask questions.
Okay.
Right? And that's where they get contacts, and they are able then to follow up when they have their holiday sessions and ask, can I do some mentorship? Can I come and see what you do, and all this and that. Okay. So that's how the day will go on Saturday. Yeah.
Your parting shot, if you will, Louise, about giving back to our institutions or places of, study that we were all part of. Why is it important to do what the likes of you and Maria are doing in one line?
One line. Really?
Literally one line, because we're out of time.
Okay. First of all, Mrs. Mulatya has been very, very helpful. What I can tell people out there, please don't be stingy with your knowledge and resources. Somebody helped you in your journey. Somebody took you to where you are. You didn't do it on your own. It takes a village. And as we say, servire est regnare, to serve is to reign. We have to embrace these children, because even though we have the nuclear family, they're still all our children. Pick someone, take someone with you, help someone. And gratitude is what we need.
Okay. Fantastic.
So please, ladies and gentlemen, come and support us on Career Day. We need mentors. Please check our FB site.
All right, thank you so much. A big thank you to Miss Flora, Mrs. Flora rather, for being with us again. It's their fault. Maria Nyamai also with us, as well as Louise, Nyamu also for being with us. Thank you so much, Principal. Please send our love to all the girls. Tell them that we love them.
Thank you, and you're most welcome to Kenya High School on Saturday.
Okay, so
Yeah,
thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much, Louise.
It's a
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, and for you, obviously, for sticking with us, dear viewer, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to leave it there because we are definitely out of time. But have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow right here on K24 this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.